Returning to work after taking time off for any reason can be daunting. You might be worried about feeling out of the loop, whether or not you can slip back into your previous role, or even if you want your previous role. If you've taken time off for your mental health, there may be questions you're worried about answering. Fears of old habits coming back and worries about how good you're going to be in your job. Any feeling you're having is completely valid, and it's okay to not feel 100% confident right away. But I want you to know you're not alone and that these feelings are temporary. There are steps you can take to ensure a smooth transition back to work and to build up your confidence. My name is Kat Nichols. I'm a writer and podcast host at Happyful, a mental health and wellness platform. And in this video, I want to share some tips for a confident comeback. The first tip I have is to prepare for your return. This includes communicating with your employer to decide how and when you'll return, and often you'll be offered a phased return to help you ease back into things. You can use this time to ask for any reasonable adjustments you might need, such as flexible working hours. Before you return to work, you might want to start getting yourself into the work headspace. This could mean getting back into your usual morning and evening routines, or even creating new ones, to help you feel rested and positive. Getting back into these routines gently can help you take your time and set reasonable expectations for yourself. Remember, this is a new chapter. Depending on how much you shared with your colleagues before you took time off, there might be questions about where you've been and how you're doing. It can be helpful to think ahead of time how you want to answer these questions and what you're comfortable sharing. You can be as open as you want about mental health, but remember you are not obligated to share your personal details with everyone. As long as the key people in your organisation, such as your manager and HR, understand the situation and how best to support you, how much you want to disclose to others is up to you. Some people find it helpful to be open so that there's greater awareness of mental health in the workplace. It can help to reduce stigma, and it can help to increase that understanding. But again, it's a very personal choice and you have to do what's right for you. Thinking about this ahead of time, knowing how you want to handle it, can take away some of that anxiety when you head back into work. Another helpful thing to think about as you return to work is your boundaries. This might include not working over your allotted hours and saying no when your workload is full. It can be tempting to want to prove yourself when you're back at work, saying yes to everything and anything that comes your way, but the danger here is that you could overcommit, feel overwhelmed, and possibly set yourself back in your recovery. Saying no and having healthy boundaries can be an empowering process. It allows you to recognize your worth and say to yourself, I can do excellent work and take care of myself. Whether you're having a phased return to work or not, starting small is key in building confidence. Set out some goals for yourself and break them down into manageable chunks. You might want to focus the first month or two on catching up on any changes before settling into your usual duties. By keeping your goals small like this, you can experience more wins, and it's these regular wins that remind you how capable you are and build confidence. Taking your time is also important. You may feel out of the loop at first, and this can be tough to navigate. The key here is self-compassion. Remind yourself that you were off for valid and necessary reasons, and that you will be back in the loop soon enough. You might even want to try enjoying this feeling of disconnect. Sometimes it can give you a fresh perspective and spur ideas. See it as a strength, not a weakness. Your inner dialogue can play a big role in how you feel about yourself. So focusing on reframing negative self-talk is important. If you catch yourself engaging with negative self-talk, try to reframe it into something more supportive. For example, instead of saying, I'm behind everyone else, say, I am taking the steps I need to get back up to speed. A useful tip here is to speak to yourself in the third person, as if you're encouraging a friend. Something like, you've got this, Kat, keep going. This can create emotional distance and help to make that self-talk a bit more compassionate. Another powerful tool to explore is positive visualization. Try this before a meeting or perhaps a task you're feeling apprehensive about. Close your eyes and visualize it going well. Picture yourself calm, confident, and handling the situation with ease. Visualization can help us feel more familiar with the situation, helping to reduce anxiety. And remember, even if it doesn't go to plan, be compassionate towards yourself. This will help you realize you have your own back, and that's an incredible confidence builder. Throughout all of this, try to surround yourself with people who get it and who are there for you. Lean on your support system, both inside and outside of work. Whether it's trusted colleagues, a manager, or friends and family, having people to check in with makes a world of difference. Your support system can provide a sense of reassurance, advice, or simply be there for you if you need to vent. Finally, be sure to recognise and celebrate your progress. Every milestone matters here. Whether it's completing your first week back or successfully tackling a project, acknowledge just how far you've come. Of course, setbacks can happen, and that's okay. Be gentle with yourself and remember that progress isn't linear. I hope this has been helpful and has given you some ideas for making the return to work an empowering experience. If you're looking for support, whether that's self-help advice or through working with a professional, you can visit happyful.com today. Thank you for watching.